Hey, collective. I keep trying to do this reading this morning, and it keeps getting interrupted. So I'm going to try this again. Um, I did have 3 cards that came out when I tried to record this the first and second time. I'm going to go ahead and try to flesh this through a little bit. But before I do, I do want to address that I know it's been a really hard week for a lot of you in the collective. I think I've cried every single day since the Charlie Kirk assassination. I've cried every single day. And there was at least a day or two where I did conduct readings and I posted none of them because they were all about that. I was feeling that collective energy, and I keep getting that ringing in my ears that it's been a tough week, let's just say. Okay, but I'm sorry. I'm going to get into a reading. I've been holding my babies a little bit tighter. I wake up grateful. Not that I wasn't grateful before, but I wake up every day grateful that I get to see the sunrise, that I get to smell the air, for the breath in my lungs, for being able to hold my babies, my kids, for being able to tell them I love them, to touch their hair. I know it sounds like such a stupid thing, but it's so not. Like, that's what you live for. Those are the moments that make life worth living. And I'm sorry I'm still on this topic, but something struck me yesterday that really, I just started bawling and I couldn't stop. And it was somebody taking a picture of Charlie, and Charlie Kirk was holding his son, and he was running his fingers through his hair. And I looked at his face and I knew exactly what he was thinking, because it's the same thing I think, or I used to think when I would run my hands through my baby's hair. It got to me real hard. And I don't want to cry. I'm so sick of crying. And I don't want to get on here and cry. I want to just move forward, and I want to be happy, and I want to move in truth and in happiness and in peace. And like I said, I also want to work and walk more closely with God. Not that I wasn't before, but even more so, I want to really embody. I want to be more Christ-like. I really do. And again, if that's not what you believe, I respect that. That's okay. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get into this reading. I'm gonna stop crying. But I love you, collective. I truly do. And again, if we have differing points of view and you're on my platform, I'm still going to respect you and love you just the same. Okay? All right. So the cards that came out here were the Four of Wands, the Empress in the reverse, and the Two of Pentacles. So what this is basically telling me is, from the outside, we have a very happy home. Okay? It looks beautiful. It looks harmonious. Like, it looks like the perfect home. The Four of Wands. Okay? But here's what we have inside the home. We have an Empress in the reverse, okay? And she's juggling here. The outside view is that this is a happy home. Inside, however, it's not so happy. There are some struggles. We have an Empress that is struggling inside the home. And the reason I keep saying this is because, especially when all these cards are paired together, that's exactly what this tells me. Like, you never know what goes on behind closed doors. And number two, you don't know the whole story, okay? So we as people, we tend to sometimes try to fill in the blanks. We make up our own story of what's going on, which you shouldn't do, okay? Don't engage in that. But although this appears to the outside world as happy and harmonious, and maybe it is to some degree, there's some challenges inside those doors, okay? And I guess to some extent, we all have some level of that, There's I don't want to say an image, because hopefully you're not portraying an image, and not everything in your life should be carefully curated. You should be authentically yourself. But you know, obviously there are going to be some things that you keep private, okay, or some things that not everybody is going to be privy to. And that's fine too. Nobody needs to know all of your business. But there is a tendency for people to want to fill in the blank, and they could be completely wrong, okay? Especially with the Empress here. The Empress, she's got a big heart. She's all freaking love. She's all 4 queens rolled into her. Okay, so she is doing, like, I want to say, whoever's in this Empress reverse energy, they're doing their damnedest to have this beautiful, harmonious life and live in a way that is authentically themselves. But there are some struggles, okay, that the outside world does not see. Okay, and again, none of their business, right? But people tend to fill in the blank. What's going on? Why is this reading coming out? I feel like the reading is coming out for that reason, though. For people who tend to get together and gossip, or get together and talk about everybody's lives and situations when you don't know anything about them. It's just kind of, well, it's very low vibrational, number one, okay? What is that serving? What do you get out of that? What does that... Sorry. I have views on this. I have opinions on this. Not to say we all haven't done that to some extent, but can we reflect and say to ourselves, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe that's not the best way. Okay, maybe that's not the way. There's nothing else coming out of this deck. Hold on, maybe that was the message. Nothing is coming out of this deck. Okay, that was the message. Plain and simple. There's also, as I split the deck, watching, Page of Swords is my spying card, watching this household. So what I'm getting here is there's a real interest. Like, somebody wants to know somebody's business here. What's going on behind closed doors? This person wants the scoop. And I think that's why this reading is coming. They want the scoop. Ew, they want the scoop. Now. I feel like that's the reason this reading is coming out. Like, I think Spirit is wanting whoever this is, if someone is identifying with this energy, Spirit is encouraging you not to do that. Okay? It doesn't serve anyone. It doesn't help anything. I don't know if I want to pull more cards. Let's see if anything else comes out. I'm going to do a little shuffle here and see if anything else comes out in relation to this reading. As I'm shuffling here, guys, I just want to make a mention that this is my livelihood now. This is how I help support my kids. So if you are so inclined and you enjoy my readings or they resonate for you, I will supply my PayPal donate link as well as my Cash App in the description of this video. Also on Facebook, I have a subscribe feature, so if you'd like to show your support that way, just hit that little button. Okay. Oh, we got King of Cups. Let's get some more. King of Cups. And there it is again. There's my spying card. What's that? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I kind of want to say have a heart. Because when I look at the King of Cups, it's like, you know, very emotion-centered, intuitively centered, heart-centered. And then you got somebody kind of looking on and in somebody's business. It's like, I want to say it's like have a heart. You never know what people are going through. You just don't know. And you can make inferences all day long. You can fill in the blanks. You can try to make up the story that you want to fit that situation. And I know there are people that do that. But show a little love. Show a little heart. I feel like that's the message. Like, I'm feeling kind of stopped. Like, there is nothing else to say. Other than think before you do that. Think before you do that. Okay, we're going to leave this here. I love you, Collective.